In a quiet forest, where tall oak trees touched the sky and soft green moss covered the ground like a warm carpet, there lived a small, brown squirrel named Oliver. Oliver had a fluffy tail that curved like a question mark and bright eyes that sparkled with curiosity. He was not the biggest squirrel in the forest, and he was not the fastest. But Oliver was known for one special thing. He was always thinking. Every morning, when the sun slowly rose and painted the forest in golden light, Oliver peeked out of his tree hollow. He stretched his tiny paws, flicked his tail, and sniffed the fresh air. "Ah," Oliver said happily. "Another day in the forest." Oliver's home was inside a tall oak tree that had been standing for hundreds of years. Inside the tree were little tunnels and cozy corners where Oliver kept his treasures: acorns, nuts, seeds, and shiny pebbles he found while exploring. One morning, Oliver noticed something different. The air felt colder than usual, and the wind whispered through the trees in a strange way. Oliver said. "Winter is coming." Oliver remembered what his mother once told him. When the wind changes and the days grow shorter, you must prepare. Winter is beautiful, but it is also very hard. So Oliver decided that today would be the day he started collecting food seriously. The Great Acorn Hunt. Oliver jumped from branch to branch, landing softly like a feather. Below him, leaves crunched under his tiny feet. He spotted an acorn lying near a rock. "Perfect," Oliver said, and picked it up. Soon he found another, and another, and another. But Oliver didn't just collect food for himself. As he traveled through the forest, he met his friends. First, he met Milo the mouse, who was nibbling on a berry. "Good morning, Milo," Oliver called. "Good morning, Oliver," Milo replied. "You look busy today." "I am," Oliver said proudly. "I am preparing for winter." Milo nodded. "That's very smart. Winter can be tough for small animals like us." Oliver smiled and continued on his journey. Next, he met Bella, the blue jay, who was sitting on a branch, singing a loud and cheerful song. "Bella," Oliver said, "have you seen any acorns around here?" Bella flapped her wings. "Plenty, near the old maple tree," she said. "But be careful. Fox Fred was seen nearby." Oliver gulped. Fox Fred was clever and sneaky, but Oliver was careful too. "Thank you, Bella," Oliver said, and headed toward the maple tree, his heart beating fast, but his mind focused. A narrow escape. Near the maple tree, the ground was covered with fallen leaves. Oliver found many acorns and quickly filled his cheeks. Suddenly, he heard a snap. Crack! Oliver froze. Out from behind a bush stepped Fox Fred with sharp eyes and a slow smile. "Well, well," Fred said. "What do we have here?" Oliver didn't think. He ran. His tiny legs moved faster than ever before. He zigzagged between trees, jumped over roots, and climbed straight up a tall trunk. Fox Fred tried to follow, but slipped on the leaves. "Another time, little squirrel," Fred growled. Oliver didn't stop until he was safe in the highest branches. His heart pounded. "That was close," Oliver whispered. But even after the scare, Oliver did not give up. He carefully returned later and finished collecting his food. The secret winter storage. Oliver believed in being prepared, but he also believed in being clever. Instead of storing all his food in one place, he hid small piles all over the forest. Some were under tree roots, some were inside hollow logs, some were buried beneath soft soil. "This way," Oliver said. "If something happens to one stash, I'll still be okay." Days passed. The forest slowly changed. Leaves turned orange and red. The air grew colder. Animals moved more slowly. One evening, Oliver noticed Luna, the little squirrel, a young squirrel who looked worried. "What's wrong?" Oliver asked. "I don't have enough food," Luna said sadly. "I don't know where to find more." Oliver thought for a moment, then smiled. "Come with me," he said. Oliver showed Luna how to find good acorns and how to store them safely. "Thank you, Oliver," Luna said. "You're very kind." Oliver felt warm inside, even though the air was cold. When winter arrived. One night, snow fell for the first time. Soft, quiet, beautiful. The forest looked like a white dream. But food was now hard to find, and the days were short. Oliver stayed inside his tree most days, eating from his stored food. He wrapped his tail around his body to stay warm. Outside, the forest was silent. One afternoon, Oliver heard a faint scratching sound. He peeked out and saw Milo the mouse shivering. "I ran out of food," Milo said softly. Oliver didn't hesitate. "Come inside," he said. "We'll share." They sat together, eating nuts and listening to the wind howl outside. Later that week, Bella the blue jay came too. Then Luna. Oliver's tree became a small winter shelter, the big snowstorm. One night, the wind roared louder than ever. Snow fell so hard that the trees disappeared behind white walls. "This is the storm my mother warned me about," Oliver said. The animals huddled together, scared but safe. When morning came, the forest was buried. No paths, no colors, just white. But Oliver remembered something important. Squirrels always forget some of the food they bury, and those forgotten seeds grow into new trees. "Even in winter," Oliver said, "life is still growing." Spring returns. Slowly, the snow melted. Tiny green leaves pushed through the soil. Birds sang again. Flowers bloomed. Oliver stepped outside and stretched his paws. "We made it," he said with a smile. New oak trees had begun to grow from forgotten acorns. The forest was stronger. Oliver looked around at his friends and felt proud. He wasn't the biggest squirrel. He wasn't the fastest. But he was thoughtful, prepared, and kind. And in the forest, that made all the difference.